Well, I think for starters, the budget is a statement of your values and your aspirations, and it's a statement of the financial condition of our city. And I think it's important that everybody understood fully just what the city's condition is. And the way that I chose to present this was to look down the road 4 years. So instead of just passing a one-year budget, we looked at 4 years. So we could see if there are any problems coming down the road. In fact, we could have gotten through this very first year with no tax increase. If we did that, looking out into the third and fourth year, it just would have been a financial catastrophe. And so what I urge council to do is to join me in having a responsible perspective on the budget, which would last 4 years. We proposed a 7.5% increase in this year. We did not have to do that. We did not have to do that to squeeze through this year. We could have gotten through 2018 without a tax increase. But when you looked at the consequences of that decision, it would have been catastrophic down the road. And so for starters, you know, we proposed a longer view in our budgeting. It's certainly important that we are able to control expenses. And so we eliminated 29 vacant positions. 5 of those positions were in police, 16 in fire, and then a variety of positions in department after department. Positions, as I said, that were vacant, so we didn't have to lay anybody off, but we had to talk to our department heads and tell them that they were not going to be able to fill those positions going forward in the name of financial responsibility. I don't think there's anything else that adversely affects the operation of the city. We were able to find other revenues and other savings in the budget, but certainly nothing that was going to impact delivery of services or the operation of the city. In fact, we're confident that we can get the operation of the city to improve considerably. What we presented in the budget was not a reduction in health care cost, but we sounded the alarm to all of our employees that we simply cannot continue to provide the same health care at a level that we have today, which is really just causing the massive deficits that we have. So I compared in our budget our health care programs with the state health care programs. And if we simply did nothing more than supply health care at the same level that state employees get it, and by the way, state employee health benefits are very, very generous. If we just use the same standards as the state, we would save $1.5 million. If we did other things that do not impair in any way or do not increase cost for the employers, but we use generic drugs, we used mail order drugs, we'd save $650,000. That's a tremendous amount of money in a city that is really stressed financially. I think the message everybody has to get is that the city can thrive. The city only can thrive if we all work together to achieve that end. That means everybody's got to give a little bit. Everybody's got to recognize that we are on the brink of crisis in some ways, and that if we continue to ignore some of our problems, we're going to find ourselves in a crisis that we can't get out of. So, you know, I have tried to ask everybody to be willing to be open-minded about the changes that we have to make. I'm just so confident if everybody does this, thinks about the city first and not themselves, we can make this work.